Hello, everyone. I'm Catwoman,
And I'm Gadget Goddess, and we are
your home girls of tech.
here on the Gadget Chats podcast. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday, everyone.
Oh, LB.
So, as you saw in today's title, LB is going to be our special guest. He's having some technical difficulties. We are going to bring him on right after we shout out our thirst buckets.
There you go.
So we have Kenny Aziki, Tech Loving Mama, Spectacular Gadgets, Mike West, Eric Drummond, Swarthy Daisy, and you're new. You're here for the first time. Welcome.
Yay!
Redbird, Tana So Lit, Shay Kennedy, Barry Johnson, Mopar Family Man.
Did you get Redbird?
Welcome all. Yes, I did say Redbird.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, hey Redbird. Oh, hey Two Bones. Hey
She
Ivan
lost
Day.
her wrench.
Who lost her wrench?
Spectacular Gadgets.
She did? Oh, okay. I'll make sure to give it to her.
We'll fix you.
So let's bring in the man of the hour, LEBARRON Burton Sr.
Hey, what's good, y'all?
It's the popcorn man, everybody.
Yay, the popcorn man.
Hey, I've got it on Do Not Disturb now.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lord. I don't believe you, but okay.
I do.
If he starts sounding like he has a cold, guys, that means he's getting a phone call.
Yes, he sounds like a robot with a cold. He's like, Gigi got some new sound effects, so she's
Yes, I do.
taking every opportunity to use them.
Yes.
Now we've got to progress this fast as possible before Adrian realizes that the stream is going.
Oh, I tweeted it out. She should be here shortly. LB has his own sound on my soundboard. Y'all want to hear LB's sound?
Yeah.
So either way. LB, do you want me to read your tweet that you just retweeted, LB? It was very near and dear to my heart.
Hey, it's not something I said. It was Max. And I know Jay Will is somewhere going,
Listen.
yes, you're right, B. I'm telling
Max
you, B.
has been your co-signer all week when I started talking about Huawei. Oh, but Samsung. And this picture was taken by Max with a Samsung. So I'm just saying, do you want to share the tweet that you retweeted?
I'm like, oh, Max, why?
Is it because he spoke so much truth?
Does the chat want to hear the tweet? I'll read it for the chat if they want it. I'll do it for the chat.
I apologize for this, Tana. I really apologize for this.
The tweet says, what is this? Oh, do you want to read the tweet, Catwoman? Because I've already read it once.
I just wanted to put up.
Okay. If you don't want to buy a phone for a Pro Mode camera, get a Huawei phone. The Mate 30 Pro camera in Pro Mode with RAW is fantastic. I say this after using third-party camera app on my iPhone, and my God, it was bad. All caps. Samsung's Pro Mode sucks in their stock app and in third party.
Okay, you got that out. Someone from Huawei, please get this woman a check soon.
Hey, Huawei's giving checks. Can I get a check from Samsung?
On deck on the Huawei Mate 30 Pro. Isn't that beautiful?
Yes.
Huawei should pay Kimmy to be a lobbyist for them.
Yeah.
To get them back to the States.
Hey, I'll take a check now. I will work. I will dedicate my heart and soul to getting Huawei back on American soil.
Just so you know, LB, Tana called you a traitor.
Yeah, that's right, because LB can't see the chat.
Those weren't my words, Tana.
You said because you retweeted the tweet, but I would have seen it anyway. because
I was
you
just getting ahead of it. I was just getting ahead of the.
See, if you just
news.
retweeted it, that would have been fine. But you retweeted it and you said, "Gonna leave this right here so at Scrumptious1 can say I told you so."
I mean, I gotta give her.
secretly, LB wants a Huawei phone. Didn't you like the way the Mate 30 Pro felt in your hand? You said this feels perfect.
I mean, it's
this feels good.
Okay. It's not the vegan leather.
No, it's not the vegan leather.
But TV is just as good.
I mean,
listen,
Huawei is doing their thing. I
give
give them credit for the product. I give them credit for what they're doing. Okay. I just, they got to get their stuff together so that they can be internationally recognized.
Oh, there's potential in you.
Dealings and drugs. Yeah. Listen, some things you take to the grave. I never sold drugs, but I might have partook in some illegal activities in a younger age. But now I'm on the right side of the law.
Oh, that's good. So, LeBarron, it's all about you today. Everybody calls you the popcorn man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do they call you the popcorn man outside of the internet?
Actually, you know what? What everybody doesn't realize is popcorn is a means to get somewhere else.
Uh-huh.
Actually, popcorn is just a portion of what I do. It just so happens to be that this is the horse that's moving right now.
Mm-hmm.
My other horses are in the stable.
LB is doing bigger things.
Where you're trying to go? Do you want to enlighten us on where you're trying to go?
I mean, there's a reason why I'm all about tech. So, my reasoning for getting into business is not really money. It's easy to make money. It's probably about as easy as it is. Once you learn how to make money, it's easy to make money. I've started and stopped so many times. But for me, business for our community, when I say our community, I'm talking about the African American community. For tech, we are kind of starved. So I wanted to be a person that spearheads it within our community. So I've got a couple of projects. My venture into business was actually, believe it or not, I wrote a business plan for social networking that's 2 years older than Facebook. And probably to this date, probably a year and a half more advanced than what Facebook is right now.
Wow.
But
so what do you think of all the 21st century tech and electronics and software that's happening right now?
I mean, I think everything is great. I think that we would be how should I put it? I think everything would be further along if we weren't so divided. If capitalism wasn't what was dividing the growth of technology,
Mm-hmm.
I think we would be a lot further along. But right now, things get slowed down from companies. It's like you got a whole list of companies that won't advance technology unless they can make money off of it. Like they'll sit on it, until it's advantageous, for them to capitalize on.
Hit him with the $20 words. Anyway, look, you being so positive today, LB. I can't even bash on you and stuff.
We're getting deep LB today.
Right.
Deep LB today.
Man, you're actually trying to get along today. I can't take this. This is not what we started the stream for. We're supposed to be fighting right now. I'm just kidding. But it's good to hear all these things. I like to hear positive things from positive people. And y'all might think me and LB go at it, but we get along sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we're like a good glass of lemonade. You gotta have the bitter and the sweet.
Yeah, I'm the sweet one. Eric, thanks for coming by. I hope you catch the replay.
So thank you for telling us about your aspirations, LV. I mean, I hope you know by now that we are rooting for you 1000%. You know, whenever you have anything going on, we all swoon around our circle of people and support them in any way that we can. One of the ways we support you is by making ourselves fat off of your popcorn. So please let us know how you got into the popcorn business or whatever you're willing to share.
All right. So the way that I got into the popcorn, I had two buddies that I grew up with. We from the fourth grade. You know, these two guys that we met because we actually fought. There's a set of twin brothers, and we actually fought. And I come from a church background, so my father is a pastor, and their parents were pastors or whatever. And the parents found out, you know, because if I fought one, I had to fight both of them because they were twins, and they're like this. When I say they're inseparable, they're inseparable. So, you know, me being the guy that I am, I fought both of them at one time. So
you a beast, huh?
Hey, you know, PK kid. You know, I got suspended one time every year until my senior year of high school.
It's a little known fact that me and LB are both preachers' kids. Just FYI. But go ahead.
Right. So we ended up becoming friends. Matter of fact, one of them are the ones that started me playing bass. You know, he had a bass guitar, gave me my first bass guitar, in freshman year of high school. So basically what happened was I left the steel mill in 2004 when my second oldest daughter was born. And I went and started a consulting company. Okay, so I had gotten a couple of contracts or whatever. I got stiffed with a couple of contracts, a couple of bad deals. Had some guy in Pakistan run off with about 15 grand. You live, you learn. This was back in when you was money gramming because PayPal wasn't everywhere. And
yeah.
I was doing business with this guy for a couple of years. So I'm thinking, okay, things are all good, you know, paid him. He asked me to do him a favor, right? Needed money up front. Got the money up front. I never heard from him again.
Wow.
Which made one contract go bad, which made another contract go bad. So it was one of those deals. So, you know, I was doing that for a while, and my buddies came to me and said, hey, you know what? In 2008, they were like, we're going to start a popcorn shop, you know. Now, all this time, I'm trying to fund my own project. Okay. So they were like, look, man, if you haven't turned $1 billion yet and we've turned $1 million, why don't you come on board with us and try to help us figure this popcorn thing out? You know, and at that time, they were moving at about 20 locations. They had 20 licensees. So when they brought me on board, they were like, "Is something wrong with the company? You know, we don't, you know, we're trying to grow it or whatever." So when I came on, I realized what happened was they had diluted the company. So prior to it being Popcorn World, we were Popcorn Haven. And as Popcorn Haven, you could come on and you could start Kimmy's Popcorn. All right, you would sign a licensee with us.
Okay.
And you could come on, and it would be Kimmy's Popcorn.
So you had like branches.
Right. The problem with that is you basically cannibalize yourself because now you're really creating competition.
Right, because what if somebody likes my name better than they like yours, even though it's the same product? Yeah.
Exactly. So, and then that devalues the company because now it's harder and harder to sell a licensee to the next guy that comes up because it's like, wait a second, what's the advantage other than your product? Yeah. So once I convinced them of that, the way we found out was Food Network magazine had given me a call and they wanted one of our flavors. And the flavor was Italian sausage. Like we do an Italian sausage flavor.
I didn't know y'all did.
I've heard of that one. Wow.
Because it's not like, in our book, it's not the most impressive flavor. You know, like out of 400 flavors, I would probably offer 300 flavors before I offered that particular flavor. All right. So when they contacted us, they were in New York. They contacted us. I was like, "Are you sure? Maybe I should offer you this." Oh no, we got that one already. So now I'm scratching my head. What do you mean you got that already? So I sent them that flavor, and me being me, I sent them like 20 flavors. Right? I sent them that one, but I sent them 20 other flavors. They call back and they go, "Oh, thank you for the popcorn. These flavors are great, whatever, but we're going to use this one because we have the other flavors." So then when the magazine came out, I think this was May of 2015 issue. I believe it's the May of 2015 issue of Food Network magazine. When it came out, they had the top 25 flavors. Of the top 25 flavors, 10 of the top flavors were our companies. And we were number 8 on the list. So it was like...
But all the other ones were your franchisees.
Yes. So crab leg was the number 1.
Wow.
We had crab leg. We had
crab leg
crawfish.
is my absolute favorite for anybody watching or listening. Hands down, crab leg is my favorite.
Yeah. So once we saw that, they were like, "Yeah, you're right. We got a problem here." So basically what we did was we just rebranded the entire company. Okay. And that's what we ended up with, the Popcorn World brand. Then once they did that, one of the twins decided that, hey, he went to Vegas with his wife and came back with this idea, you know what? We're going to relaunch in Vegas. And I'm like, no. But in a vote of 3, and you got 2 twins, guess
right.
who?
You do. I'm glad you told this story because there's so much of the story I had already heard, but then there's components of it I'd never heard.
Yeah, we're getting deep, LeBarron.
Yeah.
So basically, we did the Vegas thing, which, oh my God, never want to do that again. We drove to Vegas. I actually flew to Atlanta. All right. I flew to Atlanta one morning. We left out that night. So, when I fly to Atlanta, I'm losing an hour. All right. Because of the time zone. So I flew to Atlanta. My buddy had an MTX truck and a trailer. Right. So we drove from Atlanta to Vegas. All right. Because we had all this equipment and everything.
Lord.
And we were launching 3 stores at one time. So we had this equipment with all this equipment on this truck, and then we had this MTX truck. It was an international MTX truck, which is nothing but a tinker toy, a $60,000 tinker toy, because that truck kept breaking down the whole way to Vegas. So needless to say, it took us almost 3 days to get to Vegas. And when we get there, we get set up in Vegas. And I mean, things were doing great, but what happened was we kept having to fly back and forth because the hardest thing to do is manage a staff from, that far away. Mm-hmm. So it's like every 3 weeks we leased the house out there, everything, After doing that for about a year and a half, it gets down to a week before Thanksgiving. One of my buddies was like, "Hey, it's your turn to go to Vegas, and we got to restaff the store." Now, this was a week before Thanksgiving.
Restaff the store?
I was going to say, how did your wife react to that?
Exactly. Kimmy has met my wife. So I was like, "You do realize Thanksgiving is next week?" "Well, yeah, but, I was like, there is no way that this conversation goes over well with my babe, you know what? I got to go to Vegas. I probably won't be back until maybe a week before Christmas. There's no way that you survive that conversation." So they were like, "Look, it's either you're going to go out there or you're going to have to go out there and shut them down." Which I am a softie, okay? I am a softie. The last thing you ever want to do is walk up in the place and tell everybody, guess what?
Yeah, I'm unemployed now.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
hard.
But it was either that or tell my wife I was going to Vegas, so I chose the first.
Otherwise, we'd have been reading
I'm
about you on the news. Deceased man. Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
right. So I get out there in Vegas, okay, and this is how bad it was out there. I get out there in Vegas. I fly in. You never tell the employees you're coming in town. Never, ever tell the employees you're coming in town. So I fly in. I get in. I come from the upstairs balcony. So, I'm watching the store as I come down. So I come in. I walk in, check the safe. Nobody's up front. It's a new girl. She didn't even know who I was because she had never seen me before or whatever.
Wow.
So I go in, I check the safe. Safe's like $1,300 short. I come back out. Then the manager that had never met me before, she comes on. I'm like, where's the rest of the staff? Oh, the cook had to go home because he's sick, and some crazy excuses. So I'm looking around. Know the safe is short. So I go, you know what? I'm about to go check into my hotel. I'll be back in about an hour. All right. I come back. I go into the kitchen. The safe is all of a sudden $1,300 is back in the safe. Right.
Oh.
So then I'm talking to her and everything. I'm not letting her know that I know what's going on. Right. All of a sudden, the cook comes in. I'm like, I thought you went home sick. Oh, no. Now, he had never punched out the clock. This is the stuff that we had to deal with on a regular basis.
Wow.
Long story short, the cook is her boyfriend. And this is what they were doing on a regular basis. So this is the stuff.
That's why they needed new staff.
Exactly. So at that point, now I'm not even, the new girl, she was too new to even miss a job. And I think she had only been there for 3 days. So I looked at the new girl. I said, look, I'm sorry to tell you, but tomorrow is going to be your last day. I'll pay you for 2 weeks. And you guys got an hour to get out of here. And I ordered trucks to have everything shipped back to Georgia. Ordered trucks. I had that store. You would think the feds came in and shut everything down.
Dang.
I went out, hired a bunch of guys off the street, paid them $100 each, told them the faster we get it loaded on the truck, there's $50 more for everybody.
Wow.
We walked in there at 7:00 in the morning. By the time the mall opened, everything was packed up, signs and everything off the wall.
Dang.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, so then...
And this was at a mall?
Yeah.
So there should have been a lot of traffic.
No, so I went in before the mall opened.
No, she's saying in general, just store-wise.
Yeah.
Oh, the store.
Sales,
So this is the thing. And that was another thing. The contract out there was bad. So we had $25,000 worth of lease between 3 locations. We were in the Venetian Hotel, the Fashion Show Mall, and we were in what they called the Hood Mall, which was Meadows Mall. If Scoop is there, he'll know what I'm talking about. If Bionic, he'll know what I'm talking about. So the Meadows Mall, which was said to be the Hood Mall, was where we were making all our money. And that was the location that I had negotiated. We had gotten that one for $3,000. The other 2 were like $11,000 a piece. But they weren't even full stores. They were just kiosks.
Yeah, just like in the mall, right? Just like a little section.
Yeah, so that store made more money than the other 2 stores put together. But we shut it down for the simple fact that all money is not good money, put it that way. You know what I'm saying? It just wasn't healthy money. So after we did that, we came back, kind of revamped, and we did things. We kind of piddled along for about a year. Then my buddies had started a ministry down in Georgia, because that's where they're at. They're in Georgia. They started a ministry, and I already knew how that went. I'm a PK kid. So it's like, okay, you're starting a ministry and you're growing a business from scratch, because essentially when you rebrand, you're starting from zero again.
Of course, yeah.
And churches in Georgia are huge.
Right. So
both
I'm
of
like,
the twins were doing a ministry, or is just one of them?
both of them.
Oh.
These two guys, everything they do together, they do it together. You see one, you see the other, you know.
Yeah.
So when they told me they had started a ministry, I'm like, okay, the handwriting is on the wall. We're either going to be selling this or, you know. So finally, it came to me, and one of my buddies was like, look, you know what? I can't do this no more. My brother doesn't want to do it, and you know our relationship, and, you know, I would rather sell the company than us, you know, our relationship to go sour. So he was like, if you take the company with all the debt, you can have, you know, you can have everything.
Mm-hmm.
And for me as a business person, that's like basic numbers. You know, I was handed really a $1 million business, you know, for roughly about, I would say probably about 35 grand worth of debt. So the only thing that I had to do was figure out how to get out of debt.
Of course, yeah.
So basically, when you guys met me, I was about 35 grand in the hole, and trying to, you know, pull the company out of debt.
Mm-hmm. And we've known you for a little over a year now.
Yeah. He's muted us.
I'm sorry. One of my employees came up.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. So yeah, when I met you guys, I was pretty much about 30-something grand in the debt, and probably every week that went by, I was losing about $2 grand.
Dang! Wow.
Yeah. So and what people don't know, I'm a president of a not-for-profit child care center. So we have the largest child care center in Northwest Indiana.
Wow.
And I was able to make my wife the executive director a couple of years ago. So basically, we were funding this company in debt with my wife's salary. You know. And
well, now
that's love right there.
That's why she's so hard on you. I see now.
Hey, but you know what? She more bark than bite. You know.
You won't say it to her face.
Yeah, dude, I say it in her face all the time. I told you, I stay in the doghouse. You know, the doghouse is so nice now. You know, it's got jacuzzi.
You got a plush doghouse now, huh?
I mean, if you're gonna be in there, you might as well make it comfortable. But no, my wife wouldn't do it any other way. She'll tell you in a heartbeat that, you know, we've done more with nothing than what most people can do with $1 million. Like, you know, it's amazing the things that, I don't know, you know, when you're an entrepreneur, the things that she would have never thought that she was going to be an executive director of the largest child care center in Northwest Indiana, you know, just from me volunteering on a board, you know, so.
Yeah. You got a question in the chat. Catwoman's going to read it to you. Can you see it, Catwoman?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay.
It's from Jason C. He wants to know, any plans to expand Popcorn World any further than your 2 locations?
So, yes, I'm actually moving to, I will sign a lease for a 3rd location this week.
Where's my applause at?
Yeah. So if anyone that's real serious about popcorn, they've heard of Garrett's popcorn.
You let that come out of your mouth?
To be honest with you, I've never heard of Garrett's popcorn.
Well, it's big in Chicago.
It's big. Like, if you think about popcorn or gourmet popcorn, Garrett's is like the epitome of, it's, you know, around the internationally, Garrett's is known. So
I checked it out, and after you told me about them, and I'm like, wow, they're expensive.
Yes.
Yes, very.
I was like, when you think Cheesecake Factory and cheesecake, you think Garrett's and popcorn.
Yeah, it's really expensive. Yeah.
Right. So, I couldn't pass this offer. Actually, this was something the landlord of the facility that I'm at now came to me and was like, "Hey, my brother-in-law just opened up another grocery store, and we want you next to it. What is it going to take?" So I pretty much, because Chicago, anybody that knows Chicago is the worst place to get permitting and all of that. So I basically told them, I said, "Hey, if you guys can do all the build out and everything, and we hit the numbers right on the lease, I'll do it." You know.
Word.
So that happened, and a week after that offer came up, someone else offered me another place, which is 15 minutes from that one. So now this year, I will have 2 locations in Chicago, which are, each one of them are 10 to 15 minutes within the front door of Garrett.
That's word.
Wow.
That's awesome. Good job, LB.
So I have my own personal question. For
What's that?
those who may not know, because I know why you have your name as the armchair YouTuber. Why do people call you that, LB? For those in the chat that may not know, we have some new watchers this week.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was given to me because I don't have a YouTube channel.
Well, it was more detailed than that to it. Why did you become the armchair? The armchair quarterback. Some people don't know what an armchair quarterback is. So
I don't know what that is.
See?
Well,
enlighten me, please.
So this is the thing. We had the little to do with am I supposed to say names or what?
That's up to you.
Okay.
I don't think it's anything offensive.
Right. Okay. So we had this little thing with Jason from Painfully Honest Tech, and I think it was an issue he had with the Pixel, not receiving a Pixel device or whatever.
Okay.
And he did a couple of things that most people didn't like, and there were other YouTubers that were complaining about not receiving products or whatever, So I put a tweet out, about it, addressing all the YouTubers, saying that, I can't even remember the tweet. If someone wants to see it, it's pinned on my page, I believe. But
you pinned it?
Yeah, I did. I pinned it.
That was the one where you made the big long tweet. I woke up to that one morning. Yeah.
Yeah, and then that was right after the John Prosser fight. So John Prosser just decided to retweet it, and once he retweeted, the whole floodgates broke open. So basically, that spiraled into Tech Rant doing a video on Jason, and when he did a video on Jason, there was a intervention, as to say, and Jason came out and said, because someone mentioned my tweet, and he was like, "Well, I know he was talking about me, but I don't care what an armchair YouTuber has to say." So I'm like, I didn't really quite understand what an armchair YouTuber was at the time, and I was actually on my way to Atlanta to pick up signs for this store, and it took Tech Rant to explain it to me. Oh, the armchair YouTuber is the guy that sits in front of, the television and yells, coaches from the sidelines.
That's what they call people on Sunday who know better than the quarterback who's playing the game on Sunday.
Oh, is that what that means?
You're an armchair quarterback if you know the whole game better than the quarterback who's actually playing. Yeah. Right.
So at first I was offended, but then I was like, wait, I like this.
He embraced it.
So therefore I will never change my screen name from armchair YouTuber. It's just, I like it. It's mine. I wish I can trademark it.
I was confused. I thought armchair YouTuber was like somebody who sits on the couch. That's what I didn't really understand it. And I was like, wait, isn't he more like sitting in a car?
Not literally, but yeah.
What do you call chairs that are in a car? I don't know.
Right.
I was like,
no, It's more like a loser that just drinks beer and he's out of shape, can't do anything himself, and he's gonna try to quarterback the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a football reference.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that sounds like I didn't understand it. I don't know anything about sports, but I get it now.
And as Big Head just said, because you can't see, but LB gets respect in these tech streets. That's facts. Although, although he is a little biased when it comes to Samsung and the Samsung Note.
See, look, hold on. Oh, okay, you clarified it. When it comes to
I said Samsung Note. Yes.
Because see, I've been dismissed as a Samsung Knight, and that came from Tech Rant and Viper. They started that nonsense, and I didn't know what a Samsung Knight was when I first, met everybody.
Oh, you didn't know about Tanner's crew?
I didn't know about the Knights, so I embraced it. Because I'm like, okay, call me a Samsung Knight. I'm a Samsung Knight.
I didn't know it was a real group. Initially, I didn't, because we were talking about Google Plus today. Did you ever use Google Plus?
Yeah.
Okay. Or was it last night? Well, it was us talking last night, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I really missed Google Plus because of how much you could network there. You had different groups and everything else. Like companies I was actually
companies too.
Right. They had a business section and you had businesses that interacted with people. So it was just like, this is awesome. This is a way to get in touch with companies. They can get in touch with you. You can tell them what you really want. And it just went away. But I saw the Samsung Knights there and I was just like, oh, ain't this cute? It's a little click or whatever. But I was like, I met my first Samsung Knight in a LG post where I was posting how much I wanted the V10. And it was just like, oh, you must be broke if you want that phone. Why wouldn't you want a Samsung? Huh? Like, I gotta be broke because I want an LG V10?
Yeah, see, I didn't realize it was a bad thing to be a Samsung Knight until I thought the Samsung Knight thing was like almost, like the Apple Chic thing. I'm like, okay.
Right.
Yeah. I thought the Samsung Knight was a good thing.
And then I was just like, oh, they're actually like a gang.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's an internet gang. Isn't that cute? Y'all are so lame. And,
look, and every single time I would be on the stream with Travis and I would embrace it, Travis would be like, no, you don't want no LB. You're not a Sam. Listen to me. You're not.
That. Yo, but they were all like old. Like, I'm not okay. I want to say old. They older than me though. Like, I am 41. Like, you a grown man walking around talking about you a Samsung Knight. Like, yeah. Okay. But yeah.
So now it sticks with me because of people like these people like Kimmy.
I mess with you, and I mess with Tanner. I tell Tanner he's still the treasurer or whatever. But I play with people. Nobody I rock with is a Knight. So that's
right.
I'm an ex-Knight. I used to be a Knight. Like, I was in their group. I didn't say anything.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I was in their Facebook group, and I loved it because
the things you find out.
I said it before.
Look, LB, you think they're your friend.
I was.
Right.
It was fun while it lasted. Until I got kicked out.
Betty, you're married to a Samsung Knight.
He knows. I told him when I got kicked out. I told him the day I got kicked out.
Oh, wow.
But anyways, LB.
Yes, ma'am.
So we've known you for a little over a year now. Mm-hmm. But how long were you in the tech community before you decided to be very vocal in it? Because you're not just vocal when you come on people's live stream and stuff like that. You're vocal in the tweets.
Because I'm gonna tell you where did you first see LB?
I first saw LB on Eric's stream. He came on and everybody started calling him the popcorn man. And I'm like, oh, Eric, they're calling you the popcorn man. And the people are like, no, this guy LeBarron Burton is the popcorn man. I'm like, oh, what's this guy? So that's how I met LB.
I first saw him on Viper stream and he was talking about popcorn. I was like, I thought Viper was a tech channel. Why is this dude talking about popcorn? Like,
actually, no. My first stream ever, Miss Catwoman, was with you. Believe it or not.
Yes. Yes.
My first stream ever was with Catwoman,
and Cat Daddy.
Cecil, and Cat
Was
Daddy
it a Saturday
and
night?
Tech Ranch.
Was it a Saturday night?
Yeah.
Eric used to do Saturday nights with the guys. Yeah.
Yeah, it was the Saturday night. So. I remember that was a fun conversation. The three of us clicked like crazy because we were talking about how the future is houses, like tech housing and stuff like that. And then Viper was like saying no, he disagreed with us. And then his chat was going after like, y'all don't know what you're talking about. It was
right.
And then afterwards we just became good friends.
Yeah.
You heard your name, Trenton? So thanks for coming.
He heard his name when he heard Samsung Night. Remember he made that meme and said he was a Samsung Night?
Oh, yeah. And see, that was it. Trent did that. He did that whole video. Dirty buzzer.
Yeah.
So tell us, when did you first start lurking into the tech community and becoming vocal and stuff?
So I've always been on YouTube watching YouTube and everything. And my wife, I used to watch Marquez when I literally watched Marquez's first video when it went live. That's, and my wife will always tell me that's something that you need to be doing. I don't know why you're doing this. Why are you watching it? Why don't you do it? And I just never did it, but that's how I got all my information was YouTube. That's how I kept up on everything was YouTube. And I would lurk through the different, chats and things for, XDA and everything else. Right. So, I was just always into it, but when I had to figure out some type of way to market my product when it came to the popcorn, and it hit me, I'm like, you know what? The tech community doesn't have like an official snack. You always see, so I'm like, hey, I know tech. I can crack this little, shell, and that's what I ended up doing. Yeah, so it's been a year.
Was the Viper's live stream that you started hanging out in first, or was it Marquez's live stream, or whose live stream?
It was actually irony of it. It was Painfully Honest Tech.
Oh wow, that comes full circle.
It was Painfully Honest Tech.
Yeah.
And from Painfully Honest Tech, I met Travis because Travis asked me to send him some popcorn because he said, I don't even like popcorn. To send me some popcorn. And if it's good, he goes, I'll even go on my live stream and I'll sample the popcorn. So Travis sampled the popcorn and he flipped out about it, right? And he put me in connection with Viper. And he was like, Viper, you really need to meet this guy, blah, blah, blah. They're in the same town or whatever. A couple of weeks later, Viper came out to the shop. And then I ended up on Viper's live stream. And that's when you and Cat Daddy came on there. And from there, I think Cat Daddy put me in with Easy. And it was just all,
I remember when I had a conversation with you over the phone, and he was like, I really like this guy. He's like, we talked for like an hour and a half.
Yeah, so we got plans. Me and Cat Daddy got plans.
Oh, okay.
We got plans. Popcorn World may be coming to Florida near you.
Oh, okay. So now that you've been more established in the tech community and stuff like that, do you have plans on leaving the tech community? I'm just gonna flat out ask.
Leaving the tech community?
Yeah, moving popcorn somewhere else.
That would be that's like saying that, am I planning to go under what is that when the Feds changing your identity?
Witness protection. I'm like, yo, if he gonna lead the tech community, what am I gonna do about my popcorn orders? No,
actually, I'm gonna say it like this: I plan to be somebody that they're talking about in the tech community. Tech.
Okay.
Oh, you definitely already there. Oh,
Yeah.
No,
Especially with the tweets you be putting out, because you don't hold back.
Well, I mean, so this is the reason. This is probably like the main reason why I won't do videos and things like that. I like my freedom. So I don't. One thing about me is I hate being politically correct. I am not a politically correct person because I'm one of those people that if you walk into a room of 100 people and you say something and 95% of those people like what you said, that means you lied to half the room. And to me, that's the definition of being politically correct.
LB will definitely make a point, even if it makes no sense whatsoever.
And that's how our friendships are, because we challenge each other a lot, especially when we're on Wired Wednesday. We don't let
we
anything
even do it here though. Like we don't always agree on certain topics, but that's why it's well balanced. Like if we're always yesing each other, why would people want to listen to us?
I know. It's like, oh, I know she's not gonna like it because this girl doesn't like it.
Yeah, because Catwoman she just told you she's the female Samsung Knight, whereas I use everything almost but Samsung. I will use Samsung, but I just don't use a lot of Samsung. So.
Right. Yeah, I love the Note.
Yeah, we gonna get a Huawei in your hand at some point. But
she's gonna bedazzle you one day
look,
with one.
Even his wife liked that phone.
You're gonna do the trick that let you hold it for a week.
Yeah, she said this is pretty. She grabbed it from him. She took it from him.
But this is the thing about her. Her rule is just that if I get it, she gotta get it. So
I feel you. You ain't gonna be leaving me behind.
But but she could still be using a Note 3 and not miss anything because she don't use the tech.
Yeah.
What in the world?
That's me, a Note 3. I wouldn't say that. I mean, I think she's very.
And my wife will tell you, she just wants it because I got it, not because she's going to use the tech. She don't.
Listen, Mike, we are getting rid of that name, the Oracles, because Eric's wife doesn't like it, and I don't think anybody else's wife wanted to be called that. So no,
I called Cecil my Oracle, and he didn't even like it.
Yeah, so you calling your wife, don't be calling his wife the Oracle, because she don't like
it. Yeah. He's coming out with the white knight, the black knight, the gray knight, the purple knight.
That's just like when Easy was calling us the clan. We getting rid of Oracles and we're getting rid of the clan. We're the wired ones.
Yes.
No, you cool. You cool, Mike. Yeah, but his wife said she definitely didn't like it. I can't wait to get Eric's wife on because
I can't wait because
yeah.
Eric got to share the wealth. After what I got.
Eric, listen to Eric though. He said his wife has to accept. See, that's gonna be a bomb screen. Listen.
Screenshot that.
I was about to say, please screenshot that one.
Hey, it will be saved. It's up for a minute right now. What time is it? We're about 50 minutes in. So just remember 48 minutes in. I'm sorry. Remember 48 minutes in. We got to come back to this part right here and screenshot it. The other thing is I will coordinate dates with Eric next time because I have a date in mind. So I'll contact him off stream and we'll no excuses. The next time we have a couple streams, no excuses.
No excuses. Right. My husband, he says, I ain't an Oracle. I'm Mr. Catwoman.
Lord.
The day he took my name, that was so funny.
Oh, poor Tana. Y'all leave Eric alone. He comes to everybody else's defense because I didn't give him a hard time. Like he over here just chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tana, we can't let everybody know when the next stream's gonna be.
LB, aside from your Note purchases, have you gotten any new tech lately?
Have I gotten any new tech other than I got my Note. You know, when I bought my Note, when I bought my wife's Note, Jay Will blessed me with a package. You know, I bought Jay Will's Note, and with the Note, Jay Will sent me a set of headphones, a monitor for my decks.
That's awesome.
Okay. HDMI cables, things like that. And then, of course, I had to go out and order a Bluetooth mouse and, the RGB keyboard.
I got receipts on deck, y'all. Just to let y'all know I got that receipt.
I just purchased my daughter. So I got a bunch of things. I cannot pronounce that word. Somebody pronounce it for me. Compartmentalize.
Compartmentalize?
Yeah. A lot of stuff, right?
Hold on, you just gave us a $20 word earlier. Now you can't say compartmentalize?
I cannot say that in one word for nothing.
It's funny. Everybody has a word or two that they can't say. And I guess that's your word.
I can't say it for the life of me. But I do that. I have a lot of moving pieces in the background, right? And I do everything that way. So, like, my daughter has her own photography business. So I bought her a camera. I just bought her a 35 millimeter prime lens. I just bought a gimbal from a Z gimbal for the camera. I just ordered a DJI. So I got some stuff planned in the future. So I'm buying tech like once a week.
I wish I could buy tech once a week. Shout out to the broke people who love tech.
But these are all moving. These are all parts that I can attribute to the business.
Right.
And you could get your money back.
Lord, easy. We done told you, you're going to let that go. Every spouse is not the oracle. If I ever get called the oracle, somebody's going to jail. And it's probably going to be me.
I mean, I'm wondering what y'all got against the oracle.
Nothing. Look, I saw all 3 versions of The Matrix. I saw 1, 2, and 3. And by the end of it, and I'm not doing any spoiler alerts. You guys should have watched this movie already. At the end of it, she was in cahoots with the architect. That wasn't very noble of the oracle.
Sharky, this is one of these words. Catwoman, remember we were talking about O versus 0? This is one of these words that you could not have lived or grew up in my household and said library versus library. That wasn't gonna fly.
Yeah.
So in my household, you can't say anything wrong because my wife, as hood as she is like just proper talking, and she always corrects me on words, which she knows I hate.
Tech Love Mama, she says, hashtag I'm broke but love.
Yeah, she's down with my clique.
Well, see, you asked me a question earlier, so that's my next thing is, and I'm not too far from this. I want to be able to sponsor the smaller tech channels.
Oh, that's
so
awesome.
I want to be able to buy S20 or S20 Ultra, you know what I'm saying, and sponsor a channel. That way I can kind of change the, how should I say it, the flow of everybody trying to get popular on YouTube so that they can get sponsored by the company that they're talking about. And, it's kind of like, how is that going to go? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's awesome. That's a really nice thing that you want to do. Like, that's a good plan. Like, usually people are like, I want to plan for myself to be the biggest and the best of the this and that. But you're like, I want to get big to where I can help other people out. That's awesome.
Well, I mean, that's what it's all about at the end of the day. I mean, at the end of the day, how much money can you spend at the end of the day, right?
Yeah, that's true.
What was that? What did they say?
I don't know if you can see that. LB might will take over the world while he said it.
Well, I mean,
there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
On a smaller scale.
You have goals and aspirations and things you want to do. I can appreciate that. As far as like, this ain't even about you. These are about the words in the chat. Some of these things, like, aunt versus aunt. I think that's like a locational kind of thing. I've never said aunt for aunt. I say aunt, but that just depends on how you were raised. LB can sponsor the next battle royal. Look at this royale. Listen, let him make his money first. Now he said he got things to get to.
Mike trying to be funny.
You basically did sponsor the last battle royale because you gave your money back, like the $50 that you put it back.
Mike know how to get to me. Mike got my personal number.
Yeah. You do help out a lot of YouTubers. I see you retweet a lot. I see you comment a lot. I also see you get beat up a lot.
Get beat up? He's been killed how many times? He's been LEBARRON.
You've been put in the coffin.
But I'll give you props for that. You keep getting your butt kicked, but you keep coming back for more, and that just says a lot about a person.
Well, this is the thing. Marketing is a tricky thing. There's no such thing as bad press.
Did you see that smile he put on the end of that?
What? I would disagree with you, but the way I've been seeing things lately, I have to agree with you.
Where's my phone at so I can put Eric in timeout?
I mean, every bit of press can be spent. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not getting beat down. You don't take that personal.
I didn't put him in timeout, just for the record, but Eric has been put in timeout.
Oh my God, for the first time ever. Eric was put on timeout.
This is a monumental night.
And you can't untimeout people either.
I know.
I'm so sorry, Eric.
I know why that person did it. I was not serious. You knew I wasn't serious, Mike. Tanner said he go call Easy Lawyer. What is it, like 5 minutes? 3 minutes or something like that? Yeah. Well, Eric, welcome you back.
300 seconds? Minutes? Yeah, 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah, 5 minutes.
I think Mike did it on purpose.
Said my bad, y'all.
We love you, Easy. Come in one of your troll accounts. You get back.
Yeah.
Everybody got a troll account.
Now the next time Mike is on Wire Wednesday.
Yeah, it's on and popping, right? He gonna be like, I'm in the green room. Let me in. I'm here.
Now, LeBarron, I know that you say over and over again that you don't have a YouTube channel. You kind of do, in a way, because people know your name in the tech community. So even though you don't make videos and stuff like that, you're on live streams, you're in the comment sections, you're on Twitter, you're on Instagram. By the way, links in the description, y'all. It's really, it takes an ambitious person to want to put their personality out there. Okay. So just like how all these tech YouTubers are putting themselves out there, making videos, you kind of are doing the same, but just in a different way, especially though you work a lot, which is why you're talking to us from your car, because you're still on the clock. As a matter of fact, you're like always on the clock.
Listen, I didn't think there were many people who got up early like me and Spec Tech get up in the morning, but LB will get up before me. And like sometimes he'll tweet, he'll be like, yo, it's time for you to get up. Because, for me, 4 something my time is 3 something his time. So he beats me up.
Yeah.
So
see,
I thought that you would have been like an early sleeper, but then I see you on Wild Wednesday till
that man don't get no sleep.
Yeah.
I actually get more sleep these days than I've ever gotten my whole entire life. I've always been a 4-hour sleep person. Wow. Anything more?
LB, what time did we get off the phone last night?
I don't remember. What time was it? It was about 1. Was it 1? 12?
It was probably 1 or 12 my time. Yeah, but what time did you get up this morning?
I don't remember.
It's like all the days just blend in because they only sleep like 4 hours.
That's why I say he don't sleep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so my wife calls me the nutty professor. And I have to.
You can't be the Nutty Professor if you wanted to, but go ahead.
No, I mean,
I'll mess
if I get a thought of something, I have to process it right then and there. That's just me. I get things that have hit me, you know, and I have to process them right there. And she's learned that. You know, if I don't attack something when it hits me, then
that's what I was thinking too. I'm like, man, there's no way LB is like 6'7" and and can eat like a whole deep dish pizza by himself.
and see, that's food is fuel.
What size?
Food is
14
what
or
keeps
10?
We had the large, and him and Tanner were going in like me and LB's wife weren't even there. Like
I only had one slice and I was dead.
me and LB's wife had 2, and like when I say 2, I tried to have like smaller pieces. We had the large, whatever the biggest one we could get, and they demolished the rest of it.
Wow.
Hey,
you guys are like the Flash.
Hey, look, that
is that Eric?
That's too fun. That's Eric.
Eric came back in his troll account. He said, "WTF."
Well, you should be good now. That was 5 minutes. You've been 5 minutes.
Has it been 5 minutes?
This goes down in history. Easy got put in timeout.
We did not have 3 slices apiece. I had 2 and she had 2.
3. Wow.
Hey, that's the story, and we're gonna stick with it, Tanner. They word against ours.
Yeah, Eric don't even look right without his glasses on. We want Pitbull back.
Yeah. Dale. Mr. Worldwide.
They say he on a burner. See, I told you, everybody got a burner account now.
Mm-hmm.
That's what my wife said when she saw Easy. She was like, "How'd you meet Pitbull?"
Yo, I have to have a burner account because I spent all weekend watching tech videos and I bought stuff. I done spent a lot of money. And then I'm like, this is why I can't be in this account. I gotta go back to my other account.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you want to show off some of that nifty tech purchases over there? Because the LB said he had something identical to one of the things you got. So
yes,
we can include him in.
Sure. So the first thing I got is a 20-foot USB Type-C to USB Type-C cable.
What are you using that for? That's what I want to know.
It's gonna go with the next thing I got.
Oh, okay.
There we go. She wouldn't
portable monitor.
Understand this.
I got a portable monitor.
It.
Yeah, she wouldn't understand this. This is
all I need is a USB Type-C, and I can run a computer off my phone. I don't need DeX.
So what I'm gonna use this for is not for DeX. I'm gonna use it as a viewfinder. So that way I can see what I'm looking at when
you know what I think about when I think viewfinder, those little red things where you click and you see the next picture. When you said viewfinder, I was like,
No, it's supposed to be a viewfinder for my phone when I have it on camera. When I use the back of the camera and it's facing me, I can't see nothing. So I used to attach my tablet to it via StreamView.
So you can use it to make videos.
Yes, and then also
use it for. Y'all hear this? She said she's gonna make videos. Okay. Catwoman, last time she dropped 2 videos in a week and then she just fell off the face of the earth.
Yeah, that's me. I blame it on my bipolar one. So then I also for this for viewfinder one. Yeah, I've had this for 2 years. Yeah. So yeah, I just connected
y'all see this stuff
via HDMI, mini HDMI.
She's got a camera in her hand and she ain't been shooting no videos. No. I'm just over here narrating. Go ahead.
She just.
So I could so when I'm shooting stuff and I'm using I don't have to the viewfinder, I can't really see, it's too small. So I just use this thing as a viewfinder. It was pretty cheap. It was $168 before taxes. But obviously you could use it for other things like DeX, and you can connect a wireless keyboard and mouse to it and all that good stuff. But yeah, that's what I'm using it for.
Hey, Eric just asked. See, Eric didn't even know what camera do you have.
Oh, this is a Samsung camera. This is the Samsung.
Only appropriate for a Samsung nightist.
This is the Samsung NX system with Android OS built in. And
You
it has
are
the kit lens.
queen of Samsung nights right now. I'm just gonna let you know
18 to 55 millimeter. But the
Hey, that was
autofocus
actually-
sucks.
That was actually a decent camera, other than the autofocus.
Yeah, the autofocus sucks.
Y'all know
And
the
it
last
overheats.
camera I had. Y'all
What?
gonna laugh.
What?
It was like a HP. That's the last camera I had.
Oh wow!
So yes, that's why I love my Huawei's. I do have a camcorder somewhere around here.
Tana says that he uses his TV as a viewfinder, which
Yes,
is
he does.
awesome. And I did consider using my giant monitor as one. The only problem is that I can't control it. So it's not touchscreen. But with this, I just connect it to this and it's touchscreen. So I can adjust whatever I need to adjust.
Yeah, those are the
I'll
best
put links
deals in the
after
market.
this. Yeah, I'll put
Look, look, you got everybody all intrigued.
Yeah,
and it's
those
15
things are
inches,
awesome.
15.6 inches.
Look at everybody talking about their cameras.
Yeah,
not
everybody
invited
show
to
what
the
kind of
camera
camera
party.
they got.
I got the non-camera camera.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
so
grabbed a T7i.
Oh, I'm sorry. You put somebody's comment up. I'm sorry. I was putting up camera.
Yeah.
Go back.
So Saturday Night Tech Fight says that he has the SL3. Is that a L or S?
I think that's
Yeah,
the L.
SL3.
L3. Okay. And then Deontay said, Catwoman, when I was in college, my laptop was cracked, so I used my 19-inch TV. Man, I wish I had a portable monitor back then. Yo, and yeah, you can use this with your laptop and use it as a second monitor, and it could be like a second screen. It doesn't just mirror. So you can use it for that.
Hey.
A lot of things you can use this for.
I see Spec Tech's better half in here. He's talking phones. I'll let him get his comment in. Gary upgrade. He's on an S5. Good Lord.
Wow, how'd you last so long? That's patient.
I'm trying to figure out how he lasted that long with his wife being spectacular gadgets.
Well, see, a lot of
That's
people don't like the upgrade. They like what they like. Until it fall apart. Yeah.
But she's had some great phones come through there.
The Ultra. Oh, Eric said he's gonna get the adapt. Oh, Eric is
he was talking
spectacular
to Spec
gadgets.
Yeah.
To get an adapter for the M50.
Ah, see, he's over there saying that he got an adapter for his.
Oh, cool.
Okay. Oh, that's not him. Sorry. That's not her hubby. I'm sorry. It's a close thing. He's like, oh yeah, beats, all right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Dang.
Well, welcome, hey y'all.
Yeah, that's right. It's hey y'all versus oh yeah. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, hey y'all.
Hey Kimmy.
Yo.
So you got that link last night, right? Did you watch it? Did you understand it?
I can't even lie to you. I ain't watched it.
Oh Lord.
I should have watched it. No.
You know anyone a link at 1:00 in the morning.
No, that's exactly it, because I didn't notice the link was there until I was at the barbershop today. I was like, oh, he sent the link. He said he was going to send it. Yeah, I didn't check my text on my... I did check text from my son's barber, but that's about it.
See, Kimmy has information on my next biggest thing. She didn't even pay attention.
I'm going to watch it. You don't want me watching it during the stream.
Exclusivo things are happening.
Oh, Lord.
That's my $1 billion baby, though.
You better get you an import. $125 in taxes and a free case.
What is the best phone you can get for $125?
Plus taxes and a free case. I said an import. Like that, you're not getting anything decent here in the States, not stateside.
Yeah.
That's a Samsung M30.
Who?
The M30.
I don't know anything about the M's.
Yeah, the M's,
can you even get an A10 for that?
I don't know. What does the A10 cost? I'm not sure what the A10 costs.
Well, I mean, since the second line of those A's have come out, the A10 might be A10, A20, he might be able to work with that.
Yeah, probably.
Hey, Eric said a blue phone.
It is American, right?
Lord.
So I do want to actually read out loud the tweet that you made, that you pinned onto your Twitter, because I
Okay.
do think that it's a good thing for people to hear. I'm just going to read the first one. So you said, "Dear YouTube creator, snap out of it. We look for good content, not first content. The Pixel was not the only content that could have been created this week. Sorry, you do not possess the ability to be original. If you're basing your YouTube success on one device, quit now." And I've already hearted these. I didn't heart these now. I hearted these back then. Um, I think that that's a really good message for people to hear. It's a tough pill to swallow, right? Because we are inundated with trying to be first, right? Even like a day before an event happened, people are still putting out rumors. And that is kind of like the mentality that we have right now, but that's not really where we should be at. As a YouTuber, we should be trying to provide good content. And a lot of people don't understand what the meaning of content is. Content is just not filling stuff in front of a screen and press and play. Content is, are you providing someone with something that helped them today? Whether did you entertain them? Did you provide them a tip? Did you give them information about something that they didn't know? That's what good content is.
Right.
And,
And
you shouldn't limit yourself solely to one specific device.
Well, and then the other thing is that YouTube has evolved. It's like everybody's chasing the Jonathan Morrison and the MKBHD finish. But the problem is that a lot of people, okay, everybody that's a techie in the chat will relate to this. You're that person in the family, right? That everyone in the room will turn to anytime they want something done. Okay? As far as a phone or whatever else, I'm that person in the family that everyone calls. Hey, I got to buy a new phone, call LB. I got to buy a new car, call LB, right? And they expect you to give them the best information for them to make a purchase, right? Well, a lot of people look at YouTube like that. But from what I've seen in the community, it's gone to the point where everyone is stuck on flagships, all right? And everybody is stuck on specs, okay? And it's like we become, well, I'm saying we, and I'm not a YouTuber, but the community has the community has become this privileged set of people, right, that have the ability to get these devices. But I very seldomly see anyone show people how to get the best use out of their device. So me being a person that uses this device to the maximum, and I think, and even with me using it to the maximum, it's probably about 20% of my device that I don't use.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, to me, it just becomes an issue when everybody's trying to do the same thing. They're trying to show the same features. They're trying to show everyone's showing the same comparisons and things like that. Whereas you get people like Easy, especially like I like the route that Jay Will is going. Everyone that in my family that asks me about a phone, the last thing that I send them to is a note. I don't send them to go get a note because they don't need a note. I got a cousin that just had me send her to look for a phone last week. I sent her and she got a Pixel because that's all she needs. She's not going to use the phone for what it can be used for. So why would I send her for a $800 phone or up? doesn't make sense. And
Mhm.
you know, those that do have the $1,000 phones and things like that, we're not showing them how to get $1,000 worth. So we'll easily say they're not worth $1,000, but we can't even get $75 out of the phone.
Yeah. That's true. Like, for example, when I put that video out of the flip phone, I didn't really think a lot of people would care about it. I'm like, let me just, because I'm going to talk about it, let me record it. And people are like, what is going on? Why do you have it in your hand? But I'm not, like, when I brought it up, I wasn't talking about specs, When I brought up the flip phone, I was talking about how it's being used in my life right now. It's being used to punish my daughters. And this is how you could punish your children too. Like stuff that is relatable to people. It's not.
Hey, I bought 2 of
them. Yeah, it's not always about being the most powerful or the most craziest or the most feature rich. It's about how are you solving a problem at the moment. And that was a problem at the time. They had an awesome phone, but they weren't behaving, and here's a flip phone. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I think that with that tweet, even though it was said at a time where tensions were high, and I'm sure that people are kind of like reliving that a little bit right now, I would suggest people to step back and really listen to or read what was said subjectively. Nothing on there is being said that really shouldn't be said. You should think about yourself as a valuable person that can give something to someone else. And in return, you get watch time, you get likes, you get all the things that you want out of being a YouTuber. But at first, you kind of need to be selfless and help people out.
Eric, you are not in timeout anymore. Timeout is 5 minutes.
Troll account. Eric is just having fun in his troll account. So,
look, that's what he's gonna use for his spill the beans from now. Eric W.
Yeah.
W stands for winning.
Yeah. So I know that you have a lot of moving parts going on right now. But what I do want to encourage you is to continue to bring the value that you bring to other people. Even though you say you don't have a YouTube channel, you're just LeBarron, the popcorn man, you do bring a lot of value to this community.
Well, I don't think he's shutting up. I can't shut him up when I try. So, yeah. I have no concerns in that area. LB ain't going nowhere.
Look, as long as there's Kimmy's out there to edge me on, because Kimmy knows, she knows I have this thing of not getting of wanting to get the last word.
Listen, LB knowing I'm busy because he'll start in and I won't respond. But when I'm free for the day, Twitter be on fire. You hear me?
Yeah, I'm like, my notifications. I just have to mute. Yeah, I don't get notifications on Twitter anymore because when you two go at it, it's done for the day. I don't get any other notifications. All I get is tweet, 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 tweet.
Hey, but it's not only me and Kimmy. It's me and Kimmy, and then you'll get Tech Rant. If it doesn't go on for about 5 minutes, he'll throw a rock and hide his hand. He'll throw a rock and walk away, knowing that it's going to trigger it again. And then
Adrian might even chime in. Like, she was in there today. So it just depends. The topic, she said she was going to be in the chat. I ain't seen her, so you've been safe for now.
Thank God.
Yo, you still got time.
Yeah,
somebody is PMing her right now.
Right. Mike, look, Mike is in their iMessage group right now.
Mm-hmm. Like, where are you, Adrian? He's looking too good on this stream. Kill him.
It looks like he's using the OnePlus. Nah, nothing to be.
Speaking of the OnePlus, is there anything you miss about that phone except for how great you looked on camera?
I mean, I miss the OnePlus. Okay. OnePlus had a great operating system.
You are struggling with this answer, but go ahead.
I mean, I love the operating system. I generally love the phone, but
Yeah.
it was just a missed boat with the cameras.
Y'all remember how crispy LB was on that camera? You can't even see how many gray hairs he got in real life right now.
No.
Like on that OnePlus, we could count them.
Mm-hmm.
But look, that was the front facing camera, and the only time I ever used that was on live stream.
Mm-hmm.
It did have its malfunctions though. We would see LB be like, "I'm gonna play this song for you." He break out the bass and start going, and then it freeze up.
Yeah. Or you'd always be like, I have to get off the stream, you guys. I lost battery. I don't have no more battery.
Oh, that was the other thing too. The battery would drain on that Joker, like, man. Yeah,
so you back home, right?
I will say, I'm back home. I'm comfortable, and I will say, see, you guys all jumped on me. Y'all jumped down my throat.
I don't appreciate this. I feel attacked.
Look, no, this is true. This is the truth. When that OnePlus came on, and everybody was singing OnePlus praises, and I was like, you already know what's going to happen. The price is going to be right until everyone uses the cameras, and then they're going to call the phone a piece of junk. And guess what happened? The idiot that I am went and bought the phone.
In all fairness,
and everybody
the only reason
took the
mine
phone
lasted just a week was because they couldn't make phone calls. Other than that, I was going to ride it out just like you was riding it out. I said, I'm going to give it a fair shake. But when people couldn't hear me, I was like, well, it's supposed to be a phone first, right? Phone. So
they kept making me want to like the camera. I mean, the phone, and don't get me wrong, the phone had the capability of taking some great cameras. I mean, pictures. Mm-hmm. But you had to like stand on one leg, spin around in a circle, make sure the wind.
You wasn't doing all that to get that great video footage of your face, sir.
That was the one trick pony that it did consistently.
But if you had a portable monitor, then you could have used the front-facing camera for everything. Use that as a viewfinder.
Name a phone you would have, if price wasn't an issue last year. Name a phone you would have tried out that's not a Samsung.
A phone that I would have tried out. Oh, if price wasn't an issue.
Mm-hmm.
What was the name of that phone? It was all screen.
That was this year, wasn't it? I said last year.
Yeah, that was this year.
No, this is 2020. That was last year.
Nuh-uh, that phone came out this year.
That was this year.
The Alpha?
Did it come out this year?
Yeah.
I thought it came out like at the end
I mean,
year.
it just recently came out too. It now we talked about it last year before it even came out. But I'm saying phones that were released last year.
Last year, I mean, it would probably be a Huawei. It would probably been a Huawei.
And if I said Samsung was included, would it have been a Fold?
Before I knew what was going to happen with the Fold,
yeah,
I probably would have grabbed the Fold. Yeah. But I credit OnePlus. OnePlus helped me realize that.
Hold on, I got one more for you. Okay. We still talking about the Fold. It's still Fold related.
Okay.
Remember, LB got on this stream and everybody was talking about how great the Huawei Mate X looked, and he said it was ugly and the Fold looked better. Do you still stand by that statement?
I still stand by it.
You still think the Fold is more attractive than the Huawei
for
Mate
me.
X?
Yeah. I still stand by it. Yeah.
Just curious.
The whole form factor is just not practical to me anyway.
Does anybody in the chat agree with that statement?
Yes, I do. You had a fresh cut every Wednesday because of the.
No, I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about his statement of the Fold looking better. I can send you a picture, Catwoman, for you to post, since everybody don't know what that looks like. But,
I mean, the Mate 20X just looks like a regular phone to me.
No.
When it's folded.
Oh, the
Should
one
I
that
send
goes
it?
Backwards?
Yeah. Do you have a? Let's see. I'm texting it to you, and I'm sending it to your Facebook Messenger, because I know you prefer to have it on Facebook Messenger so you can share it to the stream. But it's on my phone. It's not.
I mean, to me, it's not a practical design.
That's not what I asked you. I'm talking appearances only. You
Appearance-
said the Fold looks better than the Mate 20X.
For me,
That's what I just asked. Does it still look better to you? Appearances only.
If I'm suited and booted and I need to pull something out my suit pocket, I would rather pull the Fold out.
Catwoman, you got that picture yet?
Yes, I'm sharing my screen.
Okay.
Right.
Because that Mate X just looks like a phone.
Yeah, okay.
It does.
On the left, people, is the Fold. On the right is the Mate 20X.
No, but when it's folded, what does it look like?
No, we're not talking about that. We're talking about the phone. Like, which one looks better? And what can you do on that Fold when it's closed? Absolutely nothing. The Mate 20X, when you fold it up, it's the same size as my phone.
Yeah, but then it looks cheesy because it's got that plastic screen on the outside.
I'm asking, looking at this picture here, which phone looks better? Which one's more appealing to you?
Looking at this picture here, if I'm just looking at it from this angle, yeah, that one looks more appealing. But you're saying overall, period.
No, I said attractive. How does it look? Appearances only.
Yeah,
I keep saying appearances only.
Right, but you're saying appearance.
You can't use function-wise. You can't use that Fold.
No, you don't see what I'm saying. You don't see what I'm saying. It's open right now, right?
Yeah.
I'm talking about closed, open, overall. I would take the Fold.
Okay. But you've seen the Fold close, right? And I'm telling you how big the Huawei is when it's closed. It's the same size as my phone when it's closed.
You said not function. You said not function.
No, but I said that, but you just said when it's closed. When it's closed. You're making these excuses. So even when it's closed.
So what I'm saying, form factor closed, I prefer the Fold. That's what I'm saying. Me personally.
But you just said open, you prefer the Huawei?
Right, yeah. Open, looking at it from this standpoint, I prefer the Huawei.
Okay, you in timeout. Either way, we'll move on, people. and yes, the cameras are much better on the Huawei.
Yeah, they say the cameras on the Fold 2 are going to get worse.
I can believe it. Oh, two phones. This is how we do. This is why LB is here. If we can't have fun, he don't need to be here.
That's very, the stars have to align just right for me and Kimmy to come in agreement.
Yeah, we rarely agree. That's why people flip out when we do.
Shut up, Mike.
I'll never forget that in the tech fight. This is your conscience.
LB does find a way to kind of stick it to himself at the end. That's why I said, I'm going to ask him this. I'm going to send a picture of the Catwoman. We're going to put the picture up. And then he did exactly what I thought he was going to do. Oh, well, this look better now that I'm looking at it. Yeah.
No, you showed me it at one angle. At one angle.
When you close the Fold up, it looks like a calculator.
It does.
Okay, so if I got a phone that looks like you like calculators, okay, I understand. I like my phone to look like a phone.
There you go. You have
it. Mike is crazy.
I know. It's like you guys are having a tech fight right now. What's going on?
Yeah. Me and LB will never have a tech fight. We have tech fights daily. It wouldn't be fair.
Right.
It's too much preparation, We've done it too many times.
Yeah, a ton of preparation. And then there's a tech fight coming up soon. I'm excited for that one. Then and Trenton.
Yeah, that's Saturday.
Yeah. Fire!
So we already know. I don't know if a lot of people don't. That was on my stream. Where you put a pepper on and I doubt I'll find that phone that cheap. But LB said if I found that Mi Alpha for $1,000 that he would get it regardless of what his wife said. And I said put a pepper on it because I met his wife and I know she don't care.
I'll stand on that one. You get that one for a stack. You ain't gonna even have to tell me twice.
Oh damn.
And then we'd be like, pall bearers. Y'all talking about me burying LB? Nah, his wife would bury him. That's no.
She ain't gonna bury me.
she might, she might find a way to confiscate the phone and try to take it over. But that's too much phone for her. I think that one would make her too nervous. She wouldn't want it.
Mm.
She wouldn't want what?
That phone.
It's not the point of her wanting it. It's the point of her lighting you up for getting $1,000 phone. Because
I mean, I get lit up all the time.
You didn't pay $1,000 for either one of them notes. I ain't gonna tell you business, but yeah, you like me. You like to get deals. I like to get deals too. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not paying $1,000 for a phone if I don't have to.
I am. I stand by. I'm not going to pay a lot for this muffler.
Right there with you.
That's my.
I'd rather have my money in my pocket.
So me getting that phone at $1,000, my wife is going to recognize that it was a deal. Hey, this phone was $7,000 when it came out.
A phone that you can't even protect. Well, I don't think she's gonna feel that way. You can't protect that phone.
But it's a collector's item. That one I would hold for a collector's item. That one I would.
Yeah.
What Mike talking about? Who got LB that know he on now? Oh.
Didn't you get it yourself?
No, I bought it from Mike.
You bought it off of Mike.
Look at Mike.
And there ain't no takebacks. Thank you, sir.
He don't want it back.
Yeah.
This is my phone.
He ready for that.
Mike will buy the same phone 3 or 4 times. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, hey, when he said it, he didn't even have to say it twice.
You like, let me jump on this while he's still, I feel you. If I run across a deal, I'm like, I'm grabbing this now.
Look, I don't think I could push that. I don't know if I paid for a Cash App or PayPal, whatever it was. I couldn't do it fast enough.
Now look, I ain't gonna say you saved him from OnePlus because OnePlus had him crispy now. Y'all remember LB on that OnePlus?
Nah, he
waves for days.
Hey, they still there.
We can't see him on that Galaxy. It ain't the same.
No.
Hey, you can't see him right now because I'm woofing. Hey, you know it's bad when your barber call you and ask you when you coming for a haircut.
Tanner, you make house calls. Your boy need a cut.
Hey, this is how my barber does it, right? This is how my barber does it. He'll send me a message saying, "Hey, I want to bless you with a free cut." That's like,
hey, LB pays for his haircuts and popcorn. Y'all just don't know.
No, every once in a while he has mercy on me because I got 2 boys, so I never pay for one cut at a time. And haircuts ain't cheap no more.
Yeah.
They ain't cheap up there for sure.
Me and my son's hair is like you guys getting your hair done once.
Once?
Nah.
Yeah.
What do you mean by once?
Because
with women, it depends on what you're having done. You can't just say us getting our hair done. Because I can go to a spot and pay next to nothing. If I get my hair dyed, it's more. If I get it cut, it's more. I don't get perms in my hair, but some people get perms.
But this is what I'm saying.
I'm low maintenance over
What's
here.
your definition of next to nothing?
$15, $20.
Next to nothing. What's the cheapest thing you can get done?
$10 or $15.
So all right, that's okay. So that's about. I wish I could find something that my wife or daughters can get done for $15.
Right. That's why I said I'm pretty low maintenance.
No, every time they go every time they say beauty supply, if they say beauty supply store, I'm out of $100.
No, the most when I got my hair colored the last time, I think it was $60.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so every single time I go to the barber shop, it's about $75, $75, $80.
Yeah.
My son.
Says it costs her $100.
And my son only gets his cut every other week, so I pay by the month on that.
Yeah, I'm paying monthly for my retwist, and it's $100 with tip, basically, for me.
And you go in every other week, or you go every week? How often you go? Once a month.
Every month.
Once a month?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
See, and
good.
I thought, I thought I was getting over when my wife was like, we're all going natural, right? This was about 5 or 6 years ago. So I'm like, oh, awesome. That's going to be great. You know, man, I almost want them to go back.
You want them to go get relaxed and everything?
Hey, I went natural in college and never looked back. I used to get perms in my hair, but it really didn't make sense because when it gets wet, it still curls up. So even with a perm, it was a waste of money.
Look, man, I don't even buy hair products no more. Put it that way. I just use what they get. I don't even use. I just go into the cabinet and go, okay, what's new this month?
Mm-hmm.
I done walked out the house smelling like coconut. You name it.
Hey, that's not wrong. Coconut's not a feminine smell to me. When I think coconut, I think of the ocean. Like it makes me think beachy. So
I just can't think of look. I just can't think of the name of some of these odors. But I walk out the house smelling pretty.
Yeah. That's a good problem to have. That's a really good problem to have. I was getting my hair relaxed from age 10 to about 19. And then I decided to go natural. Been natural ever since. Ain't going back.
Yeah, it keeps the chemicals out your head, you know.
Mm-hmm. Not only that, but when you go natural, that's when you realize how much hair you have.
Well, see, I have thin hair anyway. I wish my
oldest daughter done bought her first wig, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I had the only time I had hair in my hair that wasn't mine is when I was pregnant with my son and I had braids, and my braids were just slipping because I didn't have any naps for him to hold on to. So by the time I gave birth to my son, my braids were like down to here, like they had slid that far. And I spent a whole afternoon taking them all out because they were down. My hair was long, so my braids were about down to my butt. So yeah, that was a lot of work. I had micro braids. Never again.
I got in trouble. About a month ago.
Uh-oh.
Well, look, quick thing. When I first got married, right?
Uh-oh.
I had this logical thought, right?
Uh-oh.
That
Go ahead.
I was gonna have 3 kids, right? So I said I'm gonna have 3 kids, and I want my oldest child to be a girl because girls are more mature and she'll keep everybody else in line, right? Mm-hmm. So this is the way I think stuff out in my head.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that you guys are different from birth. From day one, the first day that y'all come into this world, you guys are just different creatures. So first I had my first daughter. Then I had another daughter. And then the little old ladies in the church are like, you know what? You don't have the personality for boys. It looks like you're going to have all girls. So now I'm nervous. So then I have my son.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I was like, he had all these girls. So, my thought process with guys that only have a bunch of girls is that they were whores when they were in their earlier lifetime. But go ahead. It's payback from God. But go ahead.
That is not true. Anyway.
Go ahead.
Anyway, we're not going to go off onto that one. So, sometimes you.
Go ahead.
So sometimes you do things that you don't, like, I have to think like this is a girl. So the first time my daughter had extra hair, I took the hair, right? And I took the hair and started like, she didn't know that I knew that she had extra hair or whatever. So I took the hair and made it like balded up and everything, like it was a stray dog or something like that, And I was chasing my son around the house with it, the baby boy, And this girl caught the attitude for like a week, and my wife didn't know about it. So she told my wife. She goes, "You can't be doing that." I'm like, "Doing what? I was just teasing. It's hair. It's not even her hair. I'm not talking about her hair. There's some chick in
in the Philippines somewhere. You know.
You are too logical. You are too logical.
What Mike say?
Mike said, my brother was a whore and a dog. He got 2 beautiful baby girls, and they are all kind of hell. They say you get back what you gave, so you know. Hey, I have an angel for a son.
So
I couldn't ask for a better child.
That's why I'm going to dispute that, because look, I've always been the perfect gentleman when it came to women. I've always been a perfect gentleman. So even my exes will tell you that.
Well, I hope that lightning bolt don't come through the roof of that car, sir. I'm just messing with you. I want what I got, and everybody told me I was having a girl, but I didn't have a girl. And they told me she was gonna look like the little girl off Bernie Mac. And I was like, how are you gonna tell me how my daughter's gonna look if I have a little girl? My son looks nothing like me.
I already know how your daughter will look.
How do people say that?
Your daughter's gonna look like that meme that you always put out on Twitter. That's exactly how your daughter will look.
Oh, Tanner threw you under the bus. The perfect
don't even try it.
Boy in English. Oh, big head. But big head, you took your phone out on a date. How are you a whore? Like, oh, Cecil.
He said I'm a virgin, so what does that mean? You have no girl? I don't know.
Yeah. If Cecil.
Now, I was a pretty decent person. My son has not caused me any issues. He's a great child. But yeah, I didn't really.
All my kids are.
You got good kids.
My kids are pretty good. I don't. They don't get in. They don't cause me no trouble, other than they privilege, which drives me crazy. But other than that, my kids.
That's a different kind of problem.
When I look at all the stuff that goes on, you know, when I see all the stuff that I see at work, I just know for a fact that I could have a much worse child.
Yeah.
Well, see, I had a strategy with my girls. I raised them high maintenance. It's coming back to bite me in the butt because costs a little bit more. But I figured like this: if I raise them high maintenance, that means that they're gonna expect a lot out of whoever comes.
Be careful with that. I got a friend that's dealing with that with her daughter right now. Be very careful with that.
She's dealing with that.
Well, it's just like You talking about my friend?
Yeah.
Yeah, she drives a BMW. Her daughter's going to start driving, and she's like, "Yeah, I want to drive your car." Like, she don't take purses that are anything less than a Coach. Like, she wants to go out to eat. It's nothing less than Outback. So yeah, she has her standards up here already. So,
okay, so I got two ways of looking at that, because my children are high maintenance, but they're So when I say high maintenance, like I open the door for my daughters when they get in the car. Mm-hmm. You know, things that's what I mean by high maintenance. Like,
you said high maintenance is what?
Like, you know, when they get in the car, I hold the door open for them.
That's not high maintenance. That's being a gentleman.
But in today's time, that's high maintenance, especially with the way everybody's mentality is today. So, like, there's certain things that I will do for my daughters.
Here's the point. Here's what you're saying right here, and Donna's saying the same thing. Raise them to respect themselves and not be a diva. That's two different things.
Exactly.
My friend's raising her daughter to be a diva. You're raising them to be respectful of themselves. There's nothing wrong with what you're doing. That's not high maintenance to me.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I'll use the line that I've been told. My dad says he made me a very demanding woman. Somebody will co-sign with that in the chat, but I do have a higher standard for how I'm supposed to be treated. And if you don't treat me that way, I'll just move on. That's just how I am. I don't say, oh, you weren't raised right. I don't talk down or belittle anybody, but I know what I'm looking for in a man. So either we fit or we don't. But having respect for yourself, there's nothing wrong with that.
Tiffon says, I pulled the chair out for the women.
Yeah.
Good.
I'm not giving up too much. I'm not giving up too much of Tanner's business because I don't want to hear about it later on. But he's a gentleman. He might. I'll see one side of Tanner. I see another side of Tanner.
That's all that matters.
I mean, that's a Tanner and 70s baby. We all know how to do things.
Mike said he used to open the door for his wife.
Used to is not good enough.
Now I let it hit her.
Oh my God, she's gonna karate chop you.
Oh gosh, I gotta talk to Alexis.
If she watching this, if Alexis is watching this, I want her to drop kick him like that girl did in that man.
Yeah, she might listen to it. Like, yeah. Man, that's the problem I had with my brother. Like, my ex-husband got deployed while my son was very little. So most of the places I went out to eat and stuff, I was going with my brother. And I said, people probably looked at us like, dang, he don't care nothing about his girl. Because he would let the door shut. I'm carrying baby carriers, baby bags, and everything. He done went in the restaurant. And I'm like, guess so. He's like, ain't my woman. But like now, if he's home, when I get home from a trip or something, he takes my bag to my room and stuff. So since he's had his child, he's changed.
That's good.
Yeah.
Tanner shouting in the street.
Yeah, and see, if I say that, I'm wrong. Mike said she be abusing him.
Yeah, I'm sorry I can't pull up people's chat because my box stopped working. I don't know why this always happens to me.
So what do you want me to put up? Let's see.
Nothing. You already put up all the ones.
Oh, Mike, that's 89. You basically a 90s baby.
That's what I said. You just a baby. Period.
Yeah.
Now, Mike.
Yeah, you almost could have been my child.
Gaga.
Dang. Ooh.
Mike came out the womb wearing a size 5.
Check feet, Mike. Man.
When I heard that, I was laughing so hard. Check feet, Mike.
I have on my naughty Christmas socks. I wear my Christmas socks year round. That's a little known fact about me. Yeah.
My daughters do that too.
Why would you just wear them at Christmas?
Yeah, and she had a Santa breakdancing shirt, and I'm like, "You went to the field trip like that? Whatever. Let me not say nothing. I don't want to go back to the house."
Mike, what are you gonna do? Stand on a high chair to do it?
Lord.
Oh my God, you guys are so funny.
Man, I guess that's why we get along. And nobody really, some people get sensitive sometimes, but we really mostly get along for the most part. Mm-hmm. I have my sensitive moments as well. I can admit to that. I'm not perfect.
Me too. I've only had one major outburst.
Oh, on a live stream? Yes.
And you guys will never live it down.
Y'all are attacking me.
You guys are attacking me.
Yeah, I think we were all, there are very few people who were born with teeth.
Born with teeth?
Yeah, there are some babies that are born with teeth. That's one of those rare
I get breastfed. Teeth? Nah. Sorry.
Everybody thought I was a little boy. It took me forever to get hair. Yeah. It's kind of like T talks about people saying his boy is a girl. They thought I was a boy. Yeah.
Oh wow.
My oldest daughter was like that. I think it was because I made fun of my little sister. Because my little sister was like my little sister was like an onion head. We used to call her onion head. And my oldest daughter came out with a head full of hair, and she lost it all like within 3 weeks to cradle crap. And now she, I think she wishes she was hard. because she has nothing but problems out here. That's all. Well, not problems. She's that child that no matter how late you leave, she's the last one out the house because she's doing her hair. She's that child.
You said she was onion head. I was peanut head, which defers off to my other nickname of peanut. That was a high school nickname. So yeah.
Kids are mean.
Like
you look like a peanut head.
But see, and that's what I keep trying to break down to my son. You have to have the ability to laugh at yourself. Like he walked in here earlier. He had a half a day. They were taking the juniors took ACTs today, so they stayed in homeroom and watched movies all day. And he walked in. He was like, "Yeah, when I was headed when I got on the bus this morning, I heard this rip." And he held up his jeans. I said, "So you walked around all day with your crotch out?" You know, yes, I talked to my son like that. And he was just like, I said, did you tell Mimi about that? That's what he calls my mother, because he gets out of school before I get home. And I was like, did you tell Mimi? Oh no, I don't want her picking at me. And I was like, but Camden, you got to be able to laugh at yourself. Like, I've busted a lip. I've had some wardrobe malfunctions before. Like I was at a New Year's party in one of these zip up dresses, and that mug let loose. Like I had to tie a sweater around me. I was going to show everybody the goods. Like it zipped from both sides. And the bottom part of it just had it had a moment. So I was like, you have to be able to laugh at yourself, because those are moments you're going to look back on and be like, man, that was a funny day. I was at school all day with my crotch out. At least it was warm today, you know?
That's so true.
And tell Mike the next comment he make, I'm going to put my baby girl on him. She the same height he is.
Oh.
Oh no, Donna! It wasn't the top part; like it was the bottom part. I have enough issues with the Janet Jackson moments. I keep those reinforced. But yeah, Mike is like eye level for everybody, all female. He have a fight with you. He hitting you in the belly button, LB.
Huh?
He beating you from the belly button down if y'all get in a fight.
Hey, see, my baby girl, I can't do no wrong around her. I walk on water. And she's in the 5th grade, and she's what? She's all.
He said he don't fight women.
Huh?
Except for his wife. The only woman he'll fight is his wife. Look, but ain't she like a black belt or something? Like, if you want to die,
he's gonna lose every time.
It might be safer with LB's daughter.
Yeah, my.
How tall are you?
You said what?
No, Donna, it was a dress.
I'm 6'7".
Oh my God, that is very tall. You know, I heard it. I heard you say it, but I didn't believe it.
Yeah, I'm 6'7".
Donna, have
family tall like that?
Say that again.
Is everybody in your family tall like that?
Tall like that?
No, me and my brother are the 2 tallest. My son is probably going to be taller than me, though, because he's, I graduated high school at 6'2", and I wear a size 13 shoe. My son is 6'2" now, and he wears a 13 going on a 14. So, he's probably going to be, up there. And my baby girl, she's going to be every bit of 6+. So, I don't know.
So here's what
I don't know.
So do you need a king size bed?
Yeah.
So Dr. Donna, the way I covered up, here's the thing. You got to be creative. I had a zip up hoodie. I took that hoodie and I zipped it up around the dress, and I tied the hoodie around my waist. So all my bottom was covered. That's how that works. You have to improvise if you're going to be exposed. Hey!
That's my baby girl right there.
Popcorn
she's in the 5th grade. So you can see where her head falls in the seat. And that's the front seat.
That's the one you said she's our height? Because me and Mike the same height.
She might be a little bit. She might her forehead may be at your nose.
Okay, so she might. Well, look, he said she been in and somebody in the back seat too.
That's my no. They just got in. That's my
Oh, okay.
my baby boy.
Look at Mike. Mike, somebody she looking like take me home.
Oh, they've been like that for the last hour, but they know they can't go nowhere until the shop closed.
Oh, okay. What time the shop close? 8 o'clock?
And 4 minutes.
Yep.
My employee peeking out the window now, like, I know he gonna come in here and shut this drawer down and stuff.
They don't know you're a celebrity.
They know he a celebrity. They're like, he on another stream.
But you know what? They just now started to see me on streams. Last week? So they're just now they're just now putting 1 and 2 together.
Uh-huh.
And all of a sudden, someone must have followed me on Facebook. I won't add any of my employees on Facebook. I refuse to add them. But they'll still follow you.
Yeah.
So now I know that they're following me because they come back and say, "Hey, you do this, and this."
That's why I have an alternative Facebook, because my coworkers are on my Facebook and they are on my Instagram. So I don't really post a lot of Gadget Chat stuff on my Instagram, other than what Catwoman tags me to. So that's about it.
Yeah. So
I don't tag you to your regular one. I don't tag you to your regular one though.
I only have one Instagram.
Oh, I thought you meant Facebook.
Oh no, you're fine with putting anything with the Kimmy Gadget Chats, and people are okay with adding me on there. Like I can be pretty savage on that one; it wouldn't matter. But
one of these days, I have not been able to open a store yet where I have an office. One of these days, I'm gonna get myself an office.
Oh, that's gonna be.
You should.
Your car is your office.
Say that again.
Right now, your car is your office.
Hey, right now my car is my office, and everyone knows I hate paper. Like applications and things, I do it all digital. They bring the application, I scan it in, and I give it right back to them. I hate paper.
I will wrap. Hey, this is one of my last questions about popcorn. How do you determine who is a good person to hire to sell your popcorn? Because you are very talented in your abilities to find out what flavors that people like and what suits them. Everybody doesn't naturally have that ability.
Mm-hmm.
My main thing is that they are a what do you call it? Outgoing person. Everything else can be taught. And,
yeah, because I was gonna say if I'm applying at Popcorn World, what are you gonna look? What kind of traits are you looking for in that person?
Only trait that I look for is them being an outspoken person. That's it.
You don't want any shy
people. No, yeah, you can't be shy. You go to the kitchen.
But you had fun people in your kitchen in the one in Chicago. Like they came out the back and was tripping with us and stuff. So. Well,
yeah, that just kind of is. I'm not gonna say luck of the draw. That just kind of transpired over time. But the employees that I hire, they can be rough around the collars. As long as they're outgoing and they can woo the customer, I'll work with everything else. And
cool. So you
I make them watch it. Yeah, and then it's not. I make them watch a movie called Focus. Yeah, have y'all ever seen Focus?
No.
With Will Smith.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Oh, you got it.
With Margot Robbie.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that movie. Yeah. She was lining up the whole time.
Right. So he was a con artist in the movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
But some of the points in his movie are points that are true today. Like Kimmy thinks that I'm real good by selecting flavors, and it's not that I'm real good about selecting flavors. There's just a common rule: sweet and salty. 90% of America is addicted to it. Okay. So everything is subjective. I watch a person. The first thing that you point out, like I have the room broken down into flavor categories, and you tell me where you want to be. When you point something out, I know where your basic taste buds reside, and I know what not to sell you. So a person's subconscious, you end up learning how to listen to a person's subconscious. And then a person just automatically, when you win a person over and get their taste buds right, everything you do is right from that point on.
Yeah, because
But
they feel like you have a connection at that point.
Exactly. So it's just basic thing. It's very basic rules that I teach my employees. Like if a customer comes in and say that they don't like sweet, you don't give them anything sweet.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but see, my first order, I thought I wanted sweet from you because I like sweet things. But for me, I felt like there's certain sweets I can eat from you, and then there's certain ones that are too sweet for me.
But you know how I knew that you weren't necessarily a sweet person when it comes to popcorn?
I am a sweet person. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Because when you first purchased popcorn online, you liked the crab leg.
Right. Did I order crab leg the first? I might have ordered crab leg the first time.
Yeah.
But I ordered a lot
crab.
of sweet ones too, and I told you they were too sweet for me.
Exactly. So you told me what you were. So by the time you came to the store, I knew exactly where to direct you.
Well, I know how to order now. There are a couple of sweet things. I do want to try that pineapple turnover cheesecake, but
I'll be quick, you guys.
But other than that, the mesquite barbecue, I didn't think I was going to be a fan of that. That is great. I think Spectacular Gadget says that's one of her favorites, but crab legs will always be one of my favorites.
Now I'm going to see if I can successfully disconnect from the Bluetooth.
Oh, Lord.
Hold on.
And Mike, you trying to go in timeout too, aren't you? I am sweet.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
I did not successfully disconnect because I can't hear a word y'all saying.
Oh.
Call.
He said he can't hear us at all. Well, hey, we blew through 2 hours. I'll tell you that. We talked about popcorn and tech and popcorn again, and
Your
then we get to talk. Yeah. And all the extra things you're doing that people don't really know about, and some things I don't imagine you would tell everything on a live stream. But thanks for sharing what you have shared with us.
I didn't try. I'm just gonna try to listen, bro.
We appreciate having you, LV.
Yeah, it was wonderful having you on.
We're gonna kick you out, okay? You don't have
Bye,
to worry.
LV. We're gonna kick you out, LV, so we can wrap up the show. Thanks for coming. No, but I think tonight's stream went a lot better. Not to say I didn't think it was gonna go well, but I learned a lot.
Yeah.
And that's what all of this is all about.
Yeah, I really like learning about LV's background and the aspirations that he have. He's a really cool guy.
Yeah. So, y'all can always hop in the Gadget Chat's DM and say, hey, I have these qualities and I'd like to be a guest. We're not super picky. You see, we had LB on. I'm just kidding.
You just have to have good audio. That's all. And his audio is good today.
See, Tech King Mike says he wants to come on. Look, I know you got school schedule, but hey, we wouldn't mind. Hey, we would love to have you on. You have so much to talk about with school, your tech fights, your channel, all the different. Yeah, we watch you too.
We love you.
Yeah. So we gonna wrap this up, and we gonna see those tomorrow who come to Wired Wednesday.
Yeah. Well, I'm Catwoman.
And I'm Gadget Goddess. And we are
your homegirls of tech.
Here on the Gadget Chats podcast. See you later.
Ta-ta!